Alright, so hey guys, it's Maddie, and today I'm telling a story that I didn't plan to tell on the internet because for a while there wasn't really a story to tell. At first, you know, there was no bad blood, there was no hard feelings, I just like wasn't interested. Well, let me back up, let me tell the whole fucking story. Just know that it ended a lot worse than I thought it was going to, and that's why I'm making this video right now. So moral of the story, if you don't want me to make a video about you, don't give me a story to tell. This story starts summer of 2016. I had just finished my freshman year of college. I just got my heart broken for the first time, and I entered the hoe phase of my life. I started talking to this guy, let's call him Owen. I was 19 at the time, and this guy was like 25. That made him like 10 times more attractive. Like, you know when you're young, and when I say young, I mean 18 and over, but like young, and an older guy is hitting on you and you're just kind of like, fuck, I really am that bitch. Super hot. Like, I mean, let's not gas it. The first time we met was at 4 in the morning at my apartment. If you're meeting someone at their apartment at 4 in the morning, you're meeting them for one fucking reason. I didn't stay up to just have a nice chat, you know, get to know each other. We talk for a little bit, get to know each other, naturally, we have sex. That was the relationship that him and I had. We weren't spending that much time together. It's like we were talking briefly, having sex, and going to bed, and that was it. We never went on a date. Oh, there's a siren. Okay, we never went on a date, we never like left my apartment, we never did anything in normal hours. Like all of our interactions took place between like 2 in the morning and 10 in the morning. So you'd think that judging by all of the information I just told you, it would be pretty obvious what genre of relationship we had to one another, but apparently it wasn't. So one day, I had been doing my own thing, I wasn't paying attention to him, wasn't thinking about him. He texted me that day and was like, if you see my girlfriend, let her know I'd like to talk to her. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? So I text back and I'm like, who's your girlfriend? He just responds and is like, really? So at this point I'm like, he's referring to me. This idiot is referring to me as his girlfriend. And mind you, this is maybe after like 3 weeks of hanging out, but again, we're not hanging out every day. We probably hung out maybe a total of 4 or 5 times at this point, all sexual interactions. Send back question marks or something like that, and he's like, you ... And I'm like, when the fuck did I become your girlfriend? When did we have that conversation? That doesn't feel like something that you can decide without me being present. You got the wrong girl. Like, this ain't the bitch, honey. And I was like, listen, you're really nice, Owen, but I'm not your girlfriend, nor do I want to be your girlfriend. Was very clear on that. And then he starts getting angry at me and is like, you used me, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he's like, I was a virgin. And I was like, that feels like something you should tell someone before you have sex with them. Son. So at this point, I have no idea what to respond to him. I'm like, that you should have told me. Like, if this was gonna be an issue of like attachment, you probably should have told me before we had sex. He's getting all upset, being like, you used me. I thought this was a mutual exchange. You were coming over my apartment at 4 a.m. I thought that we thought the same thing was happening, because how can you think anything else is happening? Maybe you should have taken me out to fucking lunch, dinner, a movie, a walk in the park, literally anything besides showing up to my apartment at 4 in the morning. But I basically tell him, you know what? Had a good time with you, but I think I'm all set here. I don't think that this can continue. And you know, he yelled at me via text, but I was like, he's angry, it's fine, say what you want. If that was the whole story, if that was where the story ended, you never would have heard me tell this story. Because who cares, right? Everybody has those days, I guess. I don't know, benefit of the doubt. As I have come to learn, when I reject someone, when I tell someone no, when I end things, they always, at some point or another, come back. Conversation took place in January. I don't have his number anymore, but he messaged me from an email, so it had his name in it, so I knew it was him the second I got it. The last time I've spoken to him was like September 2016. So there's like a whole year and a half of time in between here that we just haven't talked. Hello? Hello? I said the question mark with a little accent aigu, right? That's not what it's called. Hi. How you been? Hello. I just shoot him back the emoji with just eyes and no mouth. You know who this is? I go, yeah, I'm just confused. Why confused? Like why you're reaching out. Should I not? I'm sorry. I'm just confused. Confused on me missing you. Yeah. Are you taken at this point? No, but I'm not looking. Pretty direct, right? That's where the conversation should end. Oh, you're not looking? Good, have a nice life, see ya. Done, done. He responds with, may I see a pic? I wonder how you've grown. Weird, creepy. What's the point though? There's a huge point. I mean, you'll always be important to me. I'm hoping now we can build a solid friendship. Now, I get it, right? Wanting to be on good terms with people you used to hook up with. I understand that. But him and I aren't on bad terms. I just don't have any reason to be in contact with him. It weirded me out that he would call me his girlfriend without ever talking to me first. And then when this argument happened, he thought that would be a good time to be like, well, I'm a virgin, so you have to stay with me. So I'm good with the whole establishing a friendship thing because you sound kind of manipulative. That's just my hot take. See you later. Naturally, I respond, not looking. He goes, to build a friendship? I go, not really. Pretty clear, pretty straightforward. I'm saying no. Not interested in talking again. I'm not interested in being friends. Not interested in anything. Not sending you a picture. Not talking to you. Can I at least see a picture of you? And I respond, nah. At this point, I honestly probably just should have stopped responding, but there was something about the interaction that I was like, I wanna see where this goes. Response goes, wow, I mean, what did I do to hurt you? And I say, I'm just not interested, it's in the past, bye. It's not about being interested, more about creating peace, being friends. Like, I don't get it, you used me. First of all, I'm just not with the whole like, it's about creating peace, and it's like, you do realize you have to be interested in creating peace in order to create it. So your sentence about it's not about being interested, more about creating peace, being friends. I would have to be interested in order for either of those two things to happen, and I already told you that I'm not interested. LMAO. We've had this conversation before. I'm not having it again a year and a half later. Fuck my dick, my phone just died. Hold on. So then he responds to that and says, it's not even that at all. It's not that aspect. I just really miss you. So the kid is backpedaling every time I'm like, okay, but no. And he's like, but it's not even about being interested. It's not even about creating peace. It's not even about, what the fuck did I say? It's just not about anything, right? It's just like, I miss you. And I'm like, if I do recall, I did tell you that I was not interested in a relationship or a friendship. But they do tell you one very important fact about me, and it is that I clearly do not miss you. I said I didn't use you. You called me your girlfriend and thought I owed you a title when I didn't. It put me off and now I'm not interested. And he goes, how creative you are. You're just dope. You don't owe me anything. Just wanted to say hi. And I'm like, sounds like you said a lot more than just hi. You absolute human chode, but go off. I go, and I said I wasn't interested. That's all, period. And just when you thought, just when I thought, just when we all thought there was no way this could escalate even more, right? We all thought, you know, I'm never gonna make this story time. It's not a good enough story. There's nothing there. It just didn't work out. There was two different mindsets. He wanted this, I wanted that. Bada bing, bada boom. We end it, it's done. And then he responds to that text with a dick pic. I don't know what the purpose of that was. If it was to change my mind, oh, it severely didn't work. If it was to be a dick, you already were, and that was, you know, that's the vision I have of you in my head anyways, so you fit the mold, you're playing the character good, you're hired. I don't know what other reason it would be for. To show off your big schlong? I've seen better. I just said, what the fuck? And he said, for you, love. And I just said, for future reference, when someone tells you no like 6 times, you should probably just move along. To that he said, or should I send another picture, sends another text, kidding, I hope you like it, with like the face. Which leads me to believe maybe it was a little half and half, where he was like, A, trying to push my buttons a little bit, but B, like really was trying to be like, remember what we had? And me being like, you don't understand who the fuck I've been with since, you idiot. It's not what gets my jimmies jacked, if you know what I'm saying. You know, different strokes for different folks, you know? Then it ended in me blocking him. So that was the last of that conversation. Until about 3 months later. I have 2 computers, right? I have my desktop computer and I have my laptop computer. Laptop computer I really only use when I'm like at internships or at school, and my text messages are connected to that computer, but I don't ever check them. There was always a number down at the bottom over the messages app, and I always just assumed they were messages that I already read, that my computer just wasn't registering I had already read. And it was like the end of April when I checked the messages app just to like get rid of the icon because it was bothering me one day. And I saw there was another text message from him that went through to my computer that for whatever reason didn't go through to my phone. Basically, after I said all that, he just responds to it and was like, well, whatever, you got fat again anyways. Which is just a classic response, and it proved me right, you know? Like, everything I had said about him at the beginning of this interaction, maybe you were like, oh, Maddie, you're being a little harsh, like, you should have been whatever. But by the end of this interaction, you know that my intuition was correct. Everything that I said about him, everything that I was thinking about him was right. I was completely right about him. And he proved it by saying that, and by everything else he said, but especially by saying that. So thank you for letting me be right. Fuck, there's literally nothing that gives me a bone dog quite like being right. I was a big girl when we were hooking up, and I'm a big girl now. Nothing changed throughout that time, and you seemed to really like it back then. Actually, you liked it enough to reach out to me right now. That's all for this story time that I said that I was never going to tell. If you guys liked it, enjoyed it, if you did, give it a like. Comment down below your weirdest, most fucked up text message interaction you've ever had with a hookup or love interest or fucking whoever. I don't give a shit. Follow me at all my other social medias linked in the description below. Subscribe, turn your notifications on, do the damn thing, you know how it goes. Alright, I love you guys so much. I will see you later.